Hi, my name is Marissa Bozarth, Museum Curator of History for Burlington County. We're going to be doing a series that takes you inside the Lyceum's collection to show you some of the artifacts that we have obtained over the years that maybe have never been on display and you don't get the chance to see all of the time. So our next artifacts date to World War II. They are ration books. We actually have two of them that belong to individuals from Hainesport and that were donated to us. And these are ration book number 3. They all had a number. They came in a series. And you would be issued one per year pretty much throughout the course of World War II. And the books were given out in order to obviously ration food supplies for the most part. And by rationing them, it was because they were in low supply. So they had to worry about how many people were going out and purchasing and how much they were purchasing. So the main things that were being rationed were sugar, coffee, and canned goods, and meat. They were the main food products. And then also there were separate tickets for gasoline, fuel, such as oil for heating your homes, and shoes and clothing. The interesting thing is when you look in the books, there's two different types of stamps. So the first type are these, they're very small. There's 48 of them per page. There are 4 pages of these types of stamps in each book that were supposed to be used for clothing, but it never went into effect. So you find a ton of these stamps still in the books. They eventually were used for shoes. You can use one stamp to purchase shoes. And then in the back of the book were your food stamps, which there's hardly any left in the book because obviously they would have been used more frequently, but they were these square stamps in the back. And they all had different numbers and letters on them that corresponded to when you were allowed to use the stamp. There was a survey done at the end of World War II asking men and women how much they understood the ration books. Women said they understood it most of the time. They were at about 75% of women understood how to use one of these. The men were at about 40% because women were doing most of your shopping. So they needed to understand that, you know, stamp A was only good for sugar for a 1-month period. If you didn't use it, you were out of luck. You would have to wait until the next time came up where you were allowed to use stamp B to buy your sugar. So you really needed to plan out what you were purchasing. They also had these little teeny coins. There's red ones and blue ones. They all have a number 1 on them and a series of letters. The letters mean absolutely nothing. They have no real meaning to them. But these were your change. So if you went in to purchase, say, a bag of flour and it was, 3 points, because nothing went by dollar amounts. So if they were worth, say, 3 points and you handed them a 5-point stamp, they needed to give you 2 points back. So you would receive 2 coins instead of 2 stamps. And the colors refer to what you were getting change for. So the blue coin you would receive as change for anything you bought as processed foods. The red coin you would receive for if you purchased meat or fats, such as lard. And they were your change. And then you could use those later on to trade them in and use them for stamps as well, and replacement of stamps as well. The ration books were used through the end of World War II. Everything by the end of the war no longer required rationing, so they didn't need the stamps, except for sugar. Sugar was rationed until 1947. It took a lot longer until they had the sugar supply up. So thank you for watching this video today. Again, I'm Marissa Bozarth, Museum Curator of History for Burlington County. And I hope you enjoyed learning about some of our artifacts. And I hope you'll join us again next month when we feature another artifact. And you can come visit us at the Lyceum in Mount Holly to learn even more.